Hi there, I'm Stephen Meyer from Mary Meyer Stuffed Toys, and I'm just going to critique a Highland cow that a designer sent me recently, and it's a quick sketch, and I wanted to just show this Highland cow what he would look like as a stuffed toy. So I'm taking it's actually 2 sheets of tracing paper here, but I'm laying them down so that I can cover him a little bit more thickly. The overall shape of the head is fine. I'm going to just mimic that shape going in real closely. And the ears are a little bit large, though I don't really want to change her character too much. So I'm going to stick with the larger ears, and I'm going to just go in and give them a heavier look where they're folded over, and the cheek, yeah, they're not folded underneath at all and the bottom. So we'll leave that like that. And so do the same thing over here where it's a little heavier. The weight of the flap of the folded ear is you want to show that weight. And then where it curves here, it's a little thicker. And the snout is mostly done right. Okay, I'm going to be turning this into a furrier look here in a minute, but most likely the turn of the head is where you want the eyes, and they're going to be down around here. And the way the designer drew the eyes, they're really a smooth edge to them. I want to give them a little bit of a ragged edge so that it looks like there's fur coming in. And so I'm going to give the furry ears this look. The front of the ears is also furry like this, but then the ear trim is not nearly as furry, so that's going to look more like that. So I'll do the same thing over here. Furry, and notice I'm making the fur go out away from the head. Here, same thing. But then when you get down into here, the fur, it's a much shorter plush on the inside of the ear. We call it the ear liner. And here, this is a furry profile of the head. And where the designer drew the snout with one solid line, I'm going to go in and make it a little bit less furry. It's not as long plush as the head itself, but the snout is less furry. And again, that much like the eyes, the nostrils are just going to be sort of indicated with a ragged sort of edge to them. And then the way the designer drew the head, the hair on top of the head, it looks a little bit like it's own entity kind of standing up on top of the head. I want to make it look a little bit more like it's long plush lying down on the head. So it's going to come down a little bit more like this. And then just quickly I'm going to indicate the shoulders. Okay, so there you have it. I'm going to hold back on the there. It looks a little bit more like that. We could go in and we could add a little bit of shadow if we wanted to, like this. This is probably not the best pencil. This is a number 2 mechanical pencil, so you can get a lot of detail with this. If I wanted to switch and go in with just use the edge of this. This is one of those pencils that has graphite 100% through and through. So this is just something I do like to use from time to time. And like I usually do, I always pretend the light's coming from the northwest because I'm right-handed, and it just is easier for me to put shadows down on the right side, the right lower side. And maybe we indicate that the hair up on top of the head is a little bit lighter in color than the cow itself. Anyway, that's a little bit quick and sloppy, but when you're doing concept drawings, sometimes that's all you need. Okay? Thank you. And I think I'll show you side by side. I'm not saying what one is really any better than the other. However, just so you can see the difference, it's kind of hard to, maybe I can back off a little bit. There. You can kind of see the difference in the two pieces. There. Okay. It's a lot of it's just in the ears and in the hair on top of the head, and in the snout. You could give the cow a little bit of a smile. You just indicate it. You don't have to do a lot. There you go. All right. Bye-bye.